Hello, English learners. Welcome back to the English Academy podcast, your favorite spot to unlock natural and confident English social skills. I'm your host, Chloe.
And I'm Liam. Last time, we got you making plans and accepting or declining invitations like a pro. Today, we're diving into what happens when you meet up, sharing your thoughts and finding out what others think. We're talking about giving and asking for opinions.
Exactly. Whether you're discussing a movie, a news story, or even what to eat for dinner, expressing your opinion clearly and politely and asking for others is key to a great conversation. Get it wrong, and you might sound rude or just a bit boring.
We'll show you phrases for casual chats, more thoughtful discussions, and even how to agree and disagree without causing a diplomatic incident. Get ready to make your conversations much more engaging in English. But first, let's hear from our amazing listeners.
You know, Liam, so many messages come in about how to express yourself. Here's one from Maria in Brazil. I want to tell my English friends what I think about things, but I worry I sound too strong or direct. How can I give my opinion politely?
That's a super common concern, Maria. English has lots of subtle ways to soften your opinion, and we'll definitely cover those today. Pay close attention to your intonation when you practice these phrases.
And we also heard from Kenji in Japan, who said, sometimes I want to know what someone thinks, but I don't know how to ask without sounding like I'm questioning them. What's a friendly way to ask for an opinion? Kenji, we totally get it. Asking can be tricky, but we'll show you how to open the door to a great discussion.
So, Chloe, are you ready to guide our listeners through the exciting world of English opinions? Let's help them share their minds.
I am, Liam. Let's start with our first crucial step, casual ways to ask for opinions.
Our first tip, casual ways to ask for opinions.
The goal here is to be friendly and open. These are for friends, family, or people you know well. You're just looking for a simple thought.
Exactly. Use simple, direct, and common phrases. Notice how your voice often rises slightly at the end of these questions, inviting the other person to speak. What do you think of this movie? Very common and versatile. How do you feel about going out tonight? More about their emotions on a topic. What's your take on that new restaurant? A bit more informal, meaning, what's your perspective? Thoughts on this idea? Super casual, a quick way to ask.
These phrases are perfect for a spontaneous or informal discussion. Example, hey, I just saw the new Spider-Man movie. What do you think of it? Notice the gentle rise on it. Example, my boss just announced a new policy. How do you feel about that? Slight rise on that.
Now, for a funny blunder, imagine asking your best friend, kindly provide your esteemed assessment regarding the cinematic presentation we just endured. Too formal and dramatic.
Right, your friend would think you're reviewing a film for a newspaper. So listeners, use these relaxed questions for your casual opinion gathering. And remember that inviting, rising intonation. Excellent. Once you've mastered asking casually, Liam, what's our second step? Casual ways to give opinions.
Our second tip, casual ways to give opinions.
These are for sharing your thoughts with friends or in informal settings. You want to be clear, but also natural.
Yes, you'll use common phrases, pay attention to stressing the idea you're sharing, and let your voice reflect your conviction. I think it's a great idea. The most common and versatile. I feel like we should go earlier, expressing a personal feeling or preference. In my opinion, the food was delicious, slightly more formal but still fine for casual. To me, it seems a bit expensive, focusing on your personal perspective.
These make it clear it's your thought, not necessarily a universal truth. Example, what do I think of the movie? I think it was fantastic. Stress on fantastic shows enthusiasm. Example, how do I feel about the new policy? I feel like it's going to make things easier. Stress on easier.
Now, for a funny blunder, imagine asking your best friend, "What do you think of the new song?" and you just stare blankly and say, "Opinion is an abstract concept. Define song." Too academic and completely unnatural.
No, Liam, they just want you to say if you liked the song. So listeners, be direct but friendly. Use strong stress on the words that carry your main point. 2 great steps down. Now, Liam, for our third secret to perfect opinion sharing, more formal ways to ask and give opinions.
Our third tip, more formal ways to ask and give opinions.
Absolutely. These are for new acquaintances, professional colleagues, or in more formal discussions, like business meetings or academic settings.
Use more complete phrases and polite structures. Your intonation here should generally be more measured and even, showing respect and thoughtfulness. Asking, "Could you share your thoughts on this proposal?" Very polite and professional. "What are your views on the current market trends?" Often used for more serious topics. "Do you have any comments regarding the presentation?" Common in professional settings. Giving. "From my perspective, the data suggests this," emphasizing your viewpoint. "It seems to me that we should consider this," a softer, more cautious way to present an idea. "I would argue that this approach is more effective, stronger, used when presenting a case."
These phrases convey professionalism and respect. Example, "Mr. Johnson, what are your views on the new legislation?" Formal tone, measured intonation. Example, "Regarding the Q3 results, from my perspective, we've seen significant growth." Calm, confident tone.
And a funny blunder. In a formal board meeting, you interrupt your CEO and yell, "Listen up, here's what I think. This whole plan is garbage." Definitely not professional.
Definitely not professional. No, Liam, that's a career-ending move. So listeners, match your language to the situation. Formal settings need formal, respectful language and calm, polite intonation. Wow, we're doing great with opinions today. Now for our fourth and often most challenging tip, agreeing and disagreeing politely.
Our fourth tip, agreeing and disagreeing politely.
Absolutely. This is crucial. You want to express agreement or disagreement without sounding like a robot or, worse, causing offense.
Absolutely. Your intonation is key here to convey sincerity when agreeing and respect when disagreeing. Agreeing. "I agree completely." Enthusiastic intonation, stress on agree and completely. "I agree completely." That's a good point. Often with a nod of the head, positive intonation. "You're absolutely right." Strong agreement, stress on absolutely. "I couldn't agree more." Very strong agreement, stress on couldn't agree more. Disagreeing, but politely. "I see your point, but..." Acknowledge, then state your difference. Your intonation on but should be slightly rising, signaling more to come. "I'm not sure I agree with that." Softer, less direct. Slightly lower, hesitant intonation. "That's a good idea, however..." Polite transition. Similar to but. "I understand what you're saying, but I have a different perspective." More formal, thoughtful.
Remember, for disagreeing, it's often better to express it as your opinion rather than saying the other person is wrong. Example, agreeing. "I think the new policy is great." "I agree completely." Enthusiastic, high tone. Example, disagreeing. "I think we should launch the product next week." "I see your point, but I'm concerned about the testing phase." Slight hesitation, then clear statement. And a funny blunder, someone says, "I love this song," and you shout, "No, it's terrible. Your taste is awful."
No, Chloe, that's a friendship-ending move. Always be polite, acknowledge their point, and then offer your own perspective. Use your voice to soften the disagreement.
Wow, Liam, what a fantastic deep dive into English opinions today. We covered casual ways to ask, casual ways to give, more formal ways, and agreeing and disagreeing politely.
We really have. These skills will make your English conversations much richer, smoother, and more enjoyable.
Absolutely. It's about expressing yourself clearly and respectfully while also understanding others.
And speaking of connections, we are so incredibly grateful for our amazing listeners who support the podcast. If you enjoy what we do and want to help us keep creating these free, fun English lessons, you can support us on buymeacoffee.com/English Academy Podcast. It truly helps motivate us.
Yes, your support makes a huge difference, and we love hearing from you. Which of these opinion phrases will you try using first? Or do you have a funny opinion-sharing story to share? Let us know in the comments below. We love hearing your stories and seeing your progress.
Before we wrap up, Chloe, what's one final piece of encouragement for our listeners when it comes to giving and asking for opinions?
I would say don't be afraid to share what you think or to ask others. Just remember the politeness and the intonation. Practice these phrases out loud, paying attention to the music of your voice. The more you practice, the more natural it will feel.
Excellent advice. And I'd add, remember that a good conversation isn't just about speaking, it's about listening and responding thoughtfully.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Thank you so much for joining us on this engaging and very practical episode of the English Academy podcast.
We genuinely hope you feel more confident in expressing and asking for opinions in English. We'll be back next week with more essential English, more fun, and more laughs. Until then, keep practicing, keep exploring, and keep believing in yourselves.
Bye, everyone. Stay curious.
See you next time.